Section 12.3 deals with converting between metric units to imperial units. So here we go, metric based on the meter, and the imperial units are the British units. So for example, instead of kilograms we'll have pounds, instead of kilometers we'll have miles, instead of what's the other one, liters we'll have gallons, and instead of centimeters we'll have like inches. You know, there's 12 inches in a foot. You know, your 30 centimeter ruler, that's approximately 12 inches, which is 1 foot. So we've got to be able to convert these things from one to the other, and these ones you've got to know. Right, so metric, imperial. I think I've got them around the wrong way. Anyway, this is good enough. So 8 kilometers equals 5 miles, approximately. These ones you've got to know. 4.5 litres of juice, petrol, is 1 gallon. You've heard of gallons before? The trouble with petrol is it's so expensive, you don't sell it by the gallon, you sell it by the litre. So that's why. Right, now what about weight? 1 kilogram in weight, which is what you tend to buy your bags of sugar in, is approximately 2.2 pounds in weight of, as in the British measurement. That's got a symbol LB if you want to remember that one. Miles doesn't have a symbol. If you call it M, you get confusing meters. Don't bother. Gallons is just gal, not G, because that's too close to grams. So there you are. And the last one, it takes 2.5 centimeters approximately to make 1 inch, and the symbol for inch is just that. Alright, so e.g. 2 inches 2 dash dash. Alright, so I'm not sure you need to worry about that, but just know the conversions. These you've absolutely got to know, and there's no two ways about that. Okay, so then we jump into word problems straight away. Question 5 says, just to apply some of this knowledge, it says that chicken is priced at £8.50. Try and work over here, it's not working that well. £8.50, and that is per kilogram. Now a kilogram is 2.2 pounds, so if I want to work out the price per pound, I simply divide by 2.2. So that's going to be £8.50 divided by 2.2, and that will give me, just grab my calculator, 8.5 divided by 2.2, that's going to cost me £3.86. Again, only 2 decimal places, can't go 3dp with money, so it goes 3.863. so I'll stop there, I won't round it up to 7. So the chicken costs £8, £3.86 per pound. That's okay. That's question 5. Just jump over now to Carol. This is question 7. Carol weighs 126 pounds. I'm going to use LB anyway because I've got it up there for you. Jane weighs 132 pounds, LB. Approximately how many more kilograms heavier is Jane than Carol? So that's Jane and that's Carol. No point in converting them both into kilograms. Let's just find the difference in pounds first. So 132 take away 126 is going to be, let's have a look, 6 pounds more. So to convert that into kilograms, I simply divide by 2.2. Therefore, I'm going to take 6 divided by 2.2 because 2.2 pounds per kilogram, and pick up my calculator, and 6 divided by 2.2 is approximately 2.72 kilograms heavier. Nothing to worry about. Alright, that's that one. Grab a couple of other word questions, and that's it. Let's do one involving Rebecca. Rebecca's question 9. She travels 42 kilometers to work. And how many miles is this? Well, you may recall that 5 miles, glitchy, is approximately 8 kilometers. So what we need to do is to work out what 1 kilometer is and multiply by 5. So here we go. I've go 42 divided by 8 equals, get an answer, get 5.25. Then I take my 5.25 and multiply by 5. I can see that's going to be 26.25. We'll just do it for sure. So 5.25 times 5, yeah, 26.25. So it's 26.25 miles. So 26.25 miles. Very glitchy. I could have done this in one step. Let me just show you that quickly. I could have taken my 42 divided by 8 and then multiplied by 5 and done it in one step, and I still get 26.25 miles. It's not a T. Miles. Right, any other word questions that we fancy doing? Right, let's go straight to question 10. I like this one. The speed limit on motorways in the UK is 70 miles per hour. You know that. So UK 70 miles per hour. And the speed limit on motorways in France is 120. So that's France now. That's going to be 120 kilometers per hour. Jack says that you can drive faster on French motorways. Jill says the UK motorways have a faster speed limit. Who's correct? In other words, which is the bigger number? Well, I can convert my miles per hour into kilometers per hour, because we know that to change miles into kilometers, we simply multiply by 8, then divide by 5. So if I take my 70, I'm going to multiply by 8 and then divide by 5. I get the answer straight away. So 70 times 8 divided by 5, bam, that gives me 112 kilometers per hour. I think that's correct. Yeah. So right, so which is faster? It's faster in France. Who is correct? So Jill says the UK motorways have a faster speed limit. No. 112 kilometers per hour is faster than it's slower than it says that the speed limit on motorways in the UK is 70 miles per hour. So in the UK we have 70 miles per hour, and the speed limit on motorways in France is 120 kilometers per hour, and that's in France. Jack says that you can drive faster on the French motorway, so that's what Jack reckons. And Jill says that the UK motorways have a faster speed limit. That's what Jill says. Jack and Jill, very good. Who is correct, and show all your working. Okay, right. So let me set up a little ratio. You know that 5 miles equals 8 kilometers. Alright, so if I can either convert my kilometers per hour into miles per hour, or my miles per hour into kilometers per hour. This is how I want to do it. Just take a good look at this. Set up a little ratio of miles to kilometers. That's going to be 5 to 8, and if I've got 70 miles per hour, I'm going to put my 70 there, and then put my sort of question mark there, or my mystery X. Now it doesn't matter that we've got per hour there. If I'm going to treat that as a 70 related to the miles there, then my answer will be in kilometers, and we related to the kilometers there. So because they're both per hour, I'm going to ignore that for now and just get the answer, but I know it's going to be a speed rather than just a distance. Alright, so here we go. How do we do ratios? Alright, take a look. So I want to say, let's call it X. It's better than a question mark, very unstylish. So if I call that mystery X, I can say X divided by 8 is just like comparing 70 divided by 5. Is that right? So X over 8, 70 over 5. I can do it several ways, I really can, but that's the way I want to do it at the moment. and therefore to get the mystery distance, which will become our speed, I've got this, then take over the 8 over and multiply, and that will give us something. So I'm going to say 70 divided by 5 multiplied by 8, and I've got 112. So 112 kilometers, and therefore 112 kilometers per hour. Which is faster? Well, that equals now 112 kilometers per hour. We can see that, and that's less than the 120 kilometer limit in France. Therefore, we can conclude here. Who is correct? Therefore, Jack is correct. And we give our reason because 120 kilometers per hour is greater than 112 kilometers per hour, and that's quite conclusive. Alright, turn over, do another little question I think. What should we do now? Yeah, Bill enters a 10 kilometer race. Question 11, I might as well do it. 10 kilometer race. He says it is the same distance as 6 miles. As 6 miles training runs he has been doing. Is Bill correct and show you working? Well, look, you know 5 miles equals 8 kilometers roughly. So again, set up a little ratio. So I'm going to say 5 to 8 is like saying, let's put miles there and kilometers. So 5 to 8 is like saying 6 to something. And again, I'll do it differently for the ratio I did before. I'm going to go x and 6 and then 8 and 5. So x divided by 6 is just like saying 8 divided by 5. And to get the x on its own, the distance in kilometers, we say 8 over 5, and we just multiply by 6 next door. That's going to be 48 divided by 5, because 8 6 is 48. And I've got 9.6 kilometers. Now, question: is Bill correct? Now, it's not the same thing. So Bill is wrong. We give our reason because 9.6 kilometers is actually less than the 10 kilometers. Alright, so that's that. And now to find question 13, which I've got somewhere. There it is, question 13. It's a lovely little question. If I can find it. Right, gotcha. Right, question 13 is lovely, so I thought I'd cut and paste it in. Right, we've got Janet, Liz and Peter are doing a sponsored walk. This must be these 3 guys here. The walk is 24 kilometers. Important to note that. Janet will raise 400 if she completes the walk. Peter will get £30 for each mile that he walks. So it's £30 per mile, not per kilometre. So straight away I know I'm going to be doing some converting here. They're hoping to raise £1,000, that's the target. They all complete the race. In other words, Janet has definitely got £400. So that's straight away we've got £400 towards the £1,000 target. And they all complete the race. How much does Liz need to raise for each mile that she walks? So let's take it really slowly. First, let's talk about this Peter chap. He's going to get £30 per mile. That's great sponsorship. So he's going to complete the race. So I've got to work out how many miles the 24 kilometres is. Simple ratio. 5 miles again equals 8 kilometres. So that's going to be 5.8. That's miles to kilometres. And I want 24 kilometres. I can see straight away got to multiply it by 3. It's a nice easy convenient sum this. So if I multiply the 5 by 3, I've got myself 15 miles. So what's Peter going to do? He's going to get 15 miles times £30. Well, 15 times 3 is 45 with the extra 0. Peter's going to earn £450 for sure. Janet, we're told, she's going to get £400 straight up, and therefore that's a total so far of £850. Therefore, this Liz girl must earn, shall we say, we've got £1,000, 850, must earn £150. Is that alright to make up the £1,000 target? How much must she raise per mile? Alright, so we've got £150. Let's work up here now. Got £150, and we're doing 15 miles, aren't we? Because the 15 miles we agreed earlier is the 24 kilometres. If I write it up here in blue, I now know that's 15 miles, so I write it here and we got it as a visual reminder. So £150, we're going to divide that amongst the 15 miles that she's going to be walking, and 150 divided by 15 is 10. Therefore, Liz needs to raise £10 per mile. Alright, answer £10 per mile. And that's it, and I'll stop there.